Do you have hard, tight, painful muscles that don't seem to go away no matter what you do? Have you tried massages and sometimes they make you feel better, sometimes they make you feel worse? Have you tried medication that sometimes takes the edge off, sometimes relieves the pain, but sometimes does nothing? Did this all begin following a neck injury? Did this develop over time? Any number of things can cause something called trigger points, and this is a 4-part series where we are going to be discussing trigger points. Now, please remember, these videos are for educational and informational purposes only. They are not a substitute for professional medical or chiropractic advice, diagnosis, treatment, or management. Seeing the wrong provider can result in an incomplete diagnosis, the wrong treatment, and poor recovery or even no recovery. My name is Dr. Matthew Collins. I'm a chiropractor. I'm board certified in rehabilitation and fellowship trained in primary spine care. In addition to my training, education, and experience, I've been managing patients that have been struggling with headaches coming from trigger points in their neck for decades. This video is about headaches and trigger points. Now, the first video, we discussed what trigger points are and what causes them. The third video that's going to follow this one goes closely with this one, and it deals with whiplash, trigger points, and trigger points in the general population, how they're different. And our final video is going to discuss chiropractic care, self-care in management and treatment, and possibly even the elimination of trigger points. So years ago, I had a patient that was referred to me by her primary care physician. As a young girl, she had developed headaches while in school. She had been treated with medication and worked for a while, but the headaches continued to grow. So she had a brain MRI that came back negative. Her physical exam with her primary care doctor was rather negative. As she was not improving, she was sent to a pediatric neurologist. The pediatric neurologist identified a normal neurological exam, but ordered a repeat brain MRI. That too came back negative. He sent her back to the primary care doctor. Medications were changed. As the years went by, sometimes the medications would help. Sometimes they would help for a while, but sometimes they didn't help at all. Pain started to change when she got into college. The pain started migrating and moving all around her head. She became very frustrated. She felt like her doctors were frustrated. In fact, she felt like her doctors and even close family members weren't believing her that she had headache pain. So she was referred to see me. I did the examination, and her examination was, to be real honest, normal, except for one thing. She had trigger points in her neck and in her jaw, and we were able to recreate her exact headache pain that she was suffering with. Now, why was this not identified before? Well, it's real simple. If you don't really know how to examine for it and you don't really know what to look for, you'll miss it. And to be real honest, muscles are never really given that much of a priority in our healthcare system. Oftentimes they're overlooked, and it's understandably so. Most people do not have a whole lot of tragic consequences with muscle pain. However, if you're somebody that's suffering with pain coming from the muscles, it can be really, really distressing. It can really disrupt your lifestyle. So we treated her, we started managing her, and her headaches got a lot better. So as you can see from these diagrams right next to me, different muscles in the body have unique radiating, or it's called referred, have unique referred pain patterns. But here's the challenge. 2 or 3 different muscles can refer pain to the same location. So for example, we take a look at this one right here. This muscle on the side and on the front of the neck, that will refer pain to the temples. But if you take a look right next to it, you can even have pain coming from jaw muscles right here. They'll go to the temples. So which one is it? You have to do a detailed exam for each and every patient. No 2 patients are alike. The cause of the development of the trigger points are unique with each individual patient. So treatment plans need to be unique. No 2 headaches are the same. Oftentimes we see patients that come in that are diagnosed with tension headaches. And to be real honest, a lot of tension headaches do seem to have a lot of muscle tension in and around their neck. And targeting those tissues right there can reduce the pain. Well, what about migraines? We would think that migraines are different types of headaches. They might not have a whole lot of muscle involvement. Well, we've learned from research and from clinical practice that sometimes these tight, painful muscles that are in and around the neck tend to irritate the central nervous system and can then trigger migraine attacks. So there does seem to be even some muscle involvement in certain cases with migraine sufferers. So it all comes back to the exact same starting point. If you have headaches and you have never been evaluated for trigger points, regardless of the type of headaches that you have, it might not be a bad idea to have your neck, your jaw, and several tissues examined to see if these are contributing or mostly causing the head pain that you're suffering with. So if you found this video helpful, please pass it on to somebody who might need it. If you need to have your neck muscles evaluated to see if you've developed trigger points and these are contributing to your head suffering, we are more than happy to evaluate you and to take a look at you. You have a lot of videos to pick from. I'm glad that you picked this one to listen to, and I wish you all the best on your healing journey. And until we meet again, be blessed.